Hey guys, Liquid here, and welcome back to Let's Answer Some Questions. As always, post questions below, and I will answer them next week. I'm very tired, so I'm going to try to get through this one rather quickly, but I will try to answer all the questions to the best of my ability. Neo Spider asks, do you think you'll play any other Spidey or Batman games? P.S. I've been watching about a year before the Solidus vlogs. Thank you for watching and whatnot. Do I think I'll play any more Spider-Man / Batman? At some point, yes. That will happen. And other superheroes in general. Right now, I've got like a nice little backlog of other stuff. But at some point, there will be Spider-Man and Batman stuff to look forward to. Like, I think last time I was talking about how like the Batman Telltale does interest me. And you have Spider-Man for the PS4 coming out. And I think there's stuff like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 or the Hulk games or stuff like that. But as for when they'll be, like when I will do them, I'm not really sure. Red Hood 440 asks, have you ever played Overwatch? I have not. I haven't really played many new games. I think like the newest game that I played was like Metal Gear Solid 5. And even then, I've never really been into playing multiplayer games. Like I played a little bit. When I say a little bit, I think I probably do actually have like I don't know, maybe 30 hours or so, and probably more than that, honestly. But I played a lot of Team Fortress 2, mainly because I had like friends that played it a lot, and they would often like invite me to play it with them. But especially like in the last year or so, like multiplayer games just are not on my radar for like the past like year, 2 years, 3 years. Like honestly, I used to maybe around 2012 or so. I remember I used to play a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops. I used to play like gun game. That's honestly the most recent online game that I played a lot. Magma Ascending asks, "Do I like pineapples on pizza?" I've honestly, I'm not sure if I've ever tried it. Like I'm just very classical, just pepperoni, cheese, and I will also take sausage and bacon. But like stuff like mushrooms, anchovies, pineapples, all that type of stuff I've never really been into. I think he basically says here that he's never played Borderlands, but the Tales from Borderlands was a good game, so I'll keep that in mind. Flame Gamer Hotspot 2000 asks, "Have you ever had trouble sleeping before?" Um, ironic that you asked this. Like I've pretty much just woken up just like to make get this get this recorded. And then I might like go back to sleep after I record. Um, have I had trouble sleeping? I have in the past. I would say it kind of varies, like depending on what my sleep schedule is. Um, like when it comes to like having trouble sleeping, my main problem is usually just like it takes it can take a while for me to fall asleep. Um, like I know a lot of people have issues where like they blame their bed or something. Like I've never really had that type of issue where it's like I woke up and I was like, oh man, that just wasn't a full sleep. Like I've never really had that. Um, but I have like had nights where I lay there and I just or like I'm just like thinking about something else, or I'm kind of moving around to get into like a better position or something like that. And so I can't, I just don't end up falling asleep. But then I have a lot of nights where I just fall asleep rather easily. Um, I guess that's basically the answer. Like, cause I have in the past, but it's not really all the time. Slewis Swaxia asks, Kenny in season 3 will make you mad. That's good to hear. KT Caliber asks, do you believe in God? I do not. Okay, I can answer that. Royal Guard asks, or says, great video. You're very welcome. Do Bob asks, what do you think about the net neutrality situation? I think I am very I'm interested to see how it turns out. Like right now, there's been a lot of backlash and whatnot on various sites, and once if this actually goes through and things get implemented where ISPs start to affect people's internet experience, I'm curious to see how the reaction is, or rather, or will it just be a very silent sort of people just kind of take it type of thing where right now it's a very, I guess, hypothetical conceptual thing where only the people that are really in the know even really know about it. Like, I think most people, you ask them what their thoughts on net neutrality are, they don't even really know what it is. But the day that I think your average fella, when I'm thinking of like an old person here, like tries to use Netflix or something, which I use as an example because I don't actually use Netflix, but I know it's been used as a very common example. Like, the day that some random person goes to go on Netflix and it's like, and they have like a message saying like, oh yeah, pay more to use the service. Like, I'm curious to see, how the backlash changes then. Like, I'm sure like there might be like a wider reaction. But I like it's unfortunate that it's come to this. I would say I support net neutrality, and I think that it's a very big misstep if it were to go away. But at the same time, for the most part, I would say that I have faith that if it does go away, I have faith that it would come back at some point. Sunix asks, do you have a PlayStation? If yes, can you play some games on it? If you're, depending on like what you're asking, the answer is different. I do have I've played many PlayStation consoles, on my channel. I've done PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games, but if you're asking me if I have a PS4, um, I do have one, and I could do games on it at some point. But that's all the questions for this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, I answered your questions somewhat well. And live it out.